Hello there, and welcome to episode 19 of A Tiny Dot in Space, a series where I played GeoGuessr in the regions, states, districts, and counties across the world, hoping to get 25,000 points in each of them. And maybe have a good time, explore, and, get that magical 25,000 points. And I have a long list of all the regions and counties and districts and provinces of the world that are covered by Street View in some manner. And I get a random number generator that gives me a number after each episode, and then so I can decide what the next one will be. And that number, I find the area that corresponds with that number on my list. And if I play it to 25,000 points, I will remove it from the list. And if I fail to do so, it will remain on the list for a later date, if at all. Today we're going to India. We've been sort of inching ever eastwards in the last few episodes. Like we were in Rwanda, then we went to Kenya, and then we went to Iran, and then we went to Kyrgyzstan, and now we are in India. And we're going to Meghālaya, which sits here in the western part of the country. This is probably a very wet area. And the disappointing thing is that there's only 163 locations here with all this coverage. So all this coverage is third party, apparently. So, and I haven't really played India much. A lot of the Asian countries I haven't really done much work in. But this should be useful for me in order to learn some of the characteristics of India versus the other countries around it, like Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. So, yeah, without further ado, as they say, let's head into Meghālaya. And, we make the challenge. Put it in a safe spot. Let's call it the right thing. There we go. And we start the game. Ooh, okay. This might take a while. This is a fairly large place. Okay, so East Khasi Hills District. East Khasi Hills District. Okay. And we're in Kari in Morlong. Okay, so where are the East Khasi Hills? And where's Morlong? That is East Khasi Hills and Morlong. Because I have a feeling that if I start looking for things here, I'm going to be looking for a long while. I mean, like clicking my way. Because this area is not as densely populated as most of the maps I have been playing recently. Okay, so it's 150 people per square kilometers, but still, that's like a quarter and less of how many there were per square kilometer in Rwanda and Kenya. But I don't see more long here. And I don't see the Khasi Hills either. That is somewhat worrying. Got a couple of places starting with more in this area here. So maybe, well, there's a lot of moors here. So it seems like that is a very common prefix in these parts. But let's just keep Mok Dok, Morflang. It's not the same as Morlong, is it? Momlu, Mosmai, Mosinram. Moprem, Molentriang, Mokara, Modo, Modumdum, Mokirwat, Molie, Moet, Momarin, Motaba, Mobon. Yeah, but notice how all the malls seem to be centered in one area. So East Khasi Hill. Let's see. So maybe we should be going north. I don't know. Uphill is usually a bad choice, but I have a feeling I'll be going uphill regardless where I go here. But this seems like a bad idea. Yeah, seems like a very bad idea. Which is why I'm persisting with it, right? Just want to see if there's any sort of clearing or anything. Okay, so this is, oh yes, this is rapidly heading into trouble. So no, but there's a serpentine road, and that is kind of handy to know. A limestone mine. Karijetka Molong, East Khasi Hills. I have a feeling we were up here. Let's have a look at that. So here we're looking southwest, and now we're looking south. We got a shack here. Is there a building behind this shack? Seems to be something at the back there. And then we turn. We turn very sharply east. And there should be, we have this one, and there should be another shed here. Which there isn't. But we have a straight-ish bit of road. That is going to go like so, and do a little shimmy. Yes. Good. And we're going to have a little bend again. And on that bend, there will be a couple of houses. Well, more than a couple, but still. Okay, then we're just going to check up the opposite direction. So here we go. And now we are turning east, yes. And then we're going to have a very, very swift left and right. Yep. Turning into a very tight left. Into another right. Yes, this is where we are. Okay, and we are sort of in the middle of the bend, aren't we? This shouldn't be missable. Okay, given that it's me, though, it is. Yeah, I like the look of that. Nice. Oh, that was a tough one. Okay, somewhat more populated. Huge, well, not huge, but at least two large buildings that we can make use of. And now, Maneva Homestay. What does it say? There is a hospital. Is it Dameki? I wish I could read that properly. Manba. Ah. Negri. No, Negri. HMS Hospital. That's an interesting name. Going eastwards. Lots of people parking on the sides of the road here. What for? I wonder. What are you doing in the woods here? Governor of Meghālaya. Okay. And this is probably the hospital. Is this why you are hanging around here? Ooh. So it was the Shillong being the capital of the area. So are you all parked to visit people at the hospital here? Let's see what it says over here. H for hospital. Now, that's actually the name of the place. Negrims. That's... Seen some strange names in my time, but that is... That is strange. Is that part of Shillong? Nongribanongra. Happy Valley. Nice one. Doesn't immediately seem like an like part of Shillong. Let's see if we can find something else here. So Negrims. Semester Jingshai College. Tinring. And this must be the hospital. That's such a weird name. But okay. More Diang Diang. Yet another more. I remember seeing more Diang Diang. Very busy part of the state, it would seem. I need a little more confirmation about the name of this place. Hotel Bluemont. We must be in Shillong, right? Tiangyong. Hotel Regalia. More Tiangyang. Here we go. So can I find a Negrim hospital? That would be the next one. Negrim's Mine Gate. Here we are. Yeah, I got myself turned around again. But we were somewhere along this road, I believe. Let's see, hang on, we were next to two fairly large buildings. Not here? That could actually be the case. I'm heading northeast. Did we catch the name of any of these? This one has a Treetops Residency. Yes, indeed. Here we go. I should use my eyes a little more. That's a prime pro tip for geoguessing. There we are. 2 for 2. Well, if there is an image of India, that's it. Small stream. This kind of looks a bit like the first round, except for the lack of hills. And this is definitely flatter. But yeah, covered in mist. Let's see if we can find anywhere here then. Not sure we'll find that brook, but unfortunately not legible. We're heading generally south. Not legible either. But we move on. What's this then? SH12. Could that be the number of a road? Well, we got 17, we got 6, and they do have the right sort of shield shape, so let's see if we can find a 12. Just make sure you stay within the state. Let's see, so the 12. Well, it doesn't seem like it wants to make an appearance immediately. SH12. So what could that... Well, I got a 12 here, but I don't think that's the one. Because that's the wrong kind of shield. Or badge, or what do you want to call it. No, there's no sign of a 12 here yet. But it points ahead. So that could, I guess, mean any number of things. We're coming into Thokpara. Okay. And what sort of place is Thokpara? Well, there's a place with another little river. Thokpara. Okay, and where do we go for Thokpara? And look at all these palm trees and... Yeah, well, there's some heavy agriculture as well. I guess these are... I am very ignorant about Asian agriculture, but I would guess that these are rice paddies. Was that a monkey I saw? No, that's... Oh, that's actually a little hard to say. No, that's a dog. Yeah, these are definitely rice fields. In Tokpara. Which doesn't seem to be a very dense place, he said, just as everything started to pile up, and we come into Sesingpara. And what do you guys gathered for here then? Is it some sort of sport? It looks like there is a... Is that a football game going on? If so, where's the goal? That looks like a goal. That's probably the goal. Sesingpara and Tokpara. Two tiny villages in the northeast corner of India. And probably not anywhere I will be able to find very easily. So we need some hints. There's a proper... well, I don't know about proper river. I was about to say proper river, but it looked more like a dam. Going slightly uphill. But no, there's nothing here. But a very decently kept road, have to say that. Yet another river. I have a feeling we might be following the loops of a very bendy river and its tributaries. And now it's very, very, very quiet. But we're still going southwards. Crossing a little ravine. Can we read anything on this tuk-tuk? Or... Well, I guess they're not called tuk-tuks. Well, auto rickshaws or something, isn't that the name? And cows, there's always cows. And rivers and rice fields. Yeah, we're now coming to the stage where I am soon having to start scouring the map. Because this is not leading us anywhere. Well, it is leading us somewhere, but God's know where. I'm still on the SH12, which we couldn't clean off the map. Could not glean it from that little look we had before. SH, what does that stand for? State Highway? Yeah, now we are definitely not in a very productive area. So, where could this be? We're in a very flat spot. Let's see if we can find something that looks very flat. And hopefully has places started with Thok or Seseng or ending with Para. Rong, Shalang, Song Sak, Rong Bolsong. Hmm. Hmm. Missing Potter. How about that? Let's talk Potter. What? Um. Where are the roads? um. Um. How? Oh wait. Oh, that's hard to see. So talk Potter and Sissing Potter. Where's the 12 though? Talk Potter Playground. Ah ha 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 ha. Okay. Okay. So is this the river we were on? Let's see, here we're heading west. And the answer to that is no. If this is the river we were on, this is not where we were. Okay, so this is the 12. And then we have to figure out how this works. So here we got Sesang Para Playground. That could be where they were playing that match. Maybe. Okay. So now we're heading eastwards with some small bends and stuffs. We got a building here. I'm wondering if this one might be that. Let's run with that for a little bit. When we cross the river here, the road does a little turn. Or a little shimmy. And that it does. And here in the brush here, there should be a couple of buildings. Let's see now. After this little shimmy, the road is going to have a long-ish bend. Yes. Then a sharp one to the left. Okay. So we are right here. Is that... Yeah, that is our original location. Nice. Huh. We are not done yet. Ooh, but we might be now. Okay, there's a little road coming up off there, and we are just finished with this bend, yes. Okay, that at least gives us some hope of pinning it. Now then. Kind of has the same feel as the area we were in, very green and lush, and there's a milestone here. 21. It's 100 and an arrow up to 21. And I kind of want to move forwards, not backwards. Now, what's that? Oh. Use your horn. Okay. That's actually the first time I've seen... That's the first time I've ever seen a sign that requires you to use your horn. Huh. Yeah, look at that. Well, everything's a first. Cool. And it's very, very, very Indian. And there's a lot of the Himalayas that have eroded and sedimented itself over here. Or down here, rather. from the Brahmaputra that runs to the north of the state, which has probably, over the eons, deposited a lot of silt on its journey towards the Indian Ocean. This is a squiggly piece of road and it's going northeast. I might have done better to go the opposite way, I'm starting to think. It's habitated. Oh, and it has a name. Adingre. Adingre. Crossing a ravine, and there's a bridge of there's a river of some size in the rainy season, I guess. Adingre. And they were arriving in. Please let this stuff be legible. East Garo Hills. Rong Algre. This is Chiading. I want to confirm that. Because nothing seems real in this place. So I would think that that was the place I passed. And here should be a road going north, right? East Carroll Hills, defend, help us to protect you. And here it says Chiading. Okay, so why in the name of all that's holy? Why all those red herrings? Oh, look at that. Madregre. Ding. Okay. Can we find the other ones? Mamangra. Samgong. Tilmapangra. Okay. So we are somewhere. along this road. What about this one? Possibly. Possibly. Gonna go around the bend. Yes. But there's supposed to be a hotel or something here. So that is not right. Okay, so that was not the right one. Yes. Okay, which is the next option? That would be this one, I reckon. Okay, so now we're here. And this one curves sort of steadily. And there should be a road off to the side here. Yes, and then like so. And a longer stretch. Yes, finally we found you. Okay, now. Oh, there are buildings here. Yeah, no, we're just done with the bend. We are about here. Let's have a look. There are buildings inside the woods here. So, and we're just done with the bend. Oof, this is dangerous territory. Oh, I don't want to place myself there. But I kind of have to. Oh, it was within. Oh, thank you. Still not done yet. Meghālaya, I've seen that one. I know, I've seen that one. And let's see, where was that? I think it was fairly far south of all the moors. Let's see, Meghālaya, Meghālaya, and Tangmang. There's lots of names. We've got Nongjiri as well. Here's a Meghālaya and Tangmang. Okay. So we're 15 kilometers from Tangmang. We are 14 kilometers from Meghālaya. Can we find Meghālaya? Is here 10 kilometers away. Okay, so we have where does this one lead? No, 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 none of that. None of your cheek. Come on. Back to where we started. Why can't I? There we go. But unfortunately, I cannot read the one that was in the brush here. Nongjiri. 23 kilometers. And that is on the Meghālaya road. But why is Tangmang to the right and Meghālaya to the left? How does that work? Well, of course, if you're looking... Yeah, so then... But... Morlam is closer than Meghālaya, but let's see. And Tangmang is further away. And Nongshken is 18 kilometers. Where on earth are we? Where's Nongri? That's down here. So how does that work? That place, and Umnu, that place. Well, no, not that place, but one of those places are to the south. All the others are to the north. And that would make sense if Morlam and Tangwang. So are we in Morbe or something? The only way this can make sense is that if we are in, like, for instance, this place. Let's have a look. I don't like this one bit. It would be great if I could read that for the glare. So let's see now. If we are in this area, then we want to go in that direction. Let's see if we get to Lindem or whatever this place is called. Ah, except we can't go there. That wasn't very helpful. Okay, let's try the other direction. What do we have here then? Not a whole lot to go by. And that is even if this is where we are. Let's see, so we go around the corner. We are looking almost straight north. It's a long, slow bend that then gets very tight and then bends sharply back. Almost to the west. Okay, and then we got another bend to the north. Yes, it's gonna bend. Hang on, I'm gonna put it back there. Like so. It's gonna bend back like so. I'm gonna have a very sharp one, yes. Ah, and I keep doing that. Stop that. Now we're gonna go northeast. Gonna straighten out, and then we're gonna have, after we've done a little zigzagging through the houses here, we're gonna have around that bend, then it's gonna be fairly straight-ish. Well, straight-ish because there's a bend here. Then it's gonna be off. I don't know. We're gonna have a tight bend. Okay, yeah, this is probably these houses. We're gonna go straight for a bit, and then we're gonna have a fairly tight bend. Yeah. I just want as much corroboration as I can, or rather confirmation. We're gonna come into a tiny town. Woo! 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 Look at that. Okay, that's drama. Look at that. Longest living route what? I have to figure that one out. But look at this. Huh. Top of the world. And we should now be coming into this place here. Now we're gonna go around a hairpin. Yep. Okay, we spent so much time anyway, so I'm gonna have a little look around. Well, oh, here's the final confirmation. We are in Mokinot. Yes. Okay. So that means we were down here. Is this missable? To an extent. Especially since the road doesn't really reflect the intersection here, but if I say I'm there, can't be that far off. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, goodness me. Goodness gracious me. That was... that was hard work. That was really, really hard work. But. Wait a minute, was the one down, all the way down there? Right, yeah. Right on the border to Bangladesh. Phew. India, you are gonna be some work. But yeah, got there in the end. Yes. So yeah, that is episode, what was that? Whatever episode this was. This was the Meghālaya episode, and yeah, I'm glad you're with me on this tiny dot in space, and I hope you will join me for the next episode. Until then, bye-bye.